If you want to become a millionaire, you don't need to have $1 billion. Bill Gates carries a physical book. Sam Altman, he carries a pen and a paper. Why? Even though computers are much more smarter than the human beings, I'm a person with no brakes. I'm invincible. I win every single game. The most important thing I have ever found India is home to the second largest English speaker in the world, just after USA. Around 13 crores English speakers are there as a second language. More people also are aspiring to become a fluent in English. That's why the number of English speakers are actually increasing day by day in India. Some of the people uh, they don't have much more resources to learn this language. Most of the people are actually thinking about that if they want to learn something new, then they should have come from a very wealthy family, or they should have a much more amount of money. This is the misconception of learning towards a thing. And English is, this is not our mother tongue language, this is a second language. Okay, so we can make mistake, we will learn from that mistake. Okay, then we will move that from. Before moving into the main point, uh, I would like to draw your attention that if you want to become a millionaire, you don't need to have $1 billion. If you want to get rich, then you don't have to came from a privileged background, like rich background. If you want to speak fluently in English, then you don't necessary to born in a English speaking country. If you want to really want to learn this language, then you have to give your dedication, your commitment. You have to give the determination into this language. Okay, so let's deep dive into things. I'm going to share with the three best ways to master this spoken English. So the very first thing is that have you ever used any computer? Most probably you heard a term called input, like keyboards, mouse, scanners, and other also devices also there. Through that, through which we can give the information, the data we are feeding through the input devices. Just like the computer thinks, our brain also works in the same way. It follows the same principle that the brain collects the information through our senses. Like the senses are, you can call as a input devices, and the senses are our nose, our tongue, and skin, and ear, and through eyes. Through these are the input devices, and these input devices are used to collect the information around us. Like we are seeing, so we are receiving the visual information, we are collecting through our eyes the visual information, we are collecting the audio formats through our ear, we are experiencing something through our skin, or we can sense, we can taste through our tongue. Okay, so these are the senses, the sensory glands. These are the input devices of human beings that they possesses. Whenever you try to learn something new, you have to use your maximum senses. Suppose you read a book. Okay, so we are collecting um, the text from that book, And also we listen some kind of music. We often watch movies and comedy series, and you can see also you have to um, you have to keep the inputs like only English content you have to consume. Why I'm saying English content? Because as you are in a journey of fluency in English, then you have to think, you have to listen English, you have to um, read English. Okay, so such kind of things you have to do. Then because you are consuming those information through our sensory gland, that means the sensor, that means the input devices that human possesses, you will you will learn faster if you use that sensory things. Okay, so uh, I have seen so many YouTube channels that they are they are suggesting what are the best way to train your brain to think like a English speaker. So they are providing some kind of information like watch movies with subtitles, read books. I'm agree with that. They are not saying something like uh, you should uh, listen also English song. Okay, so English song can make you a better fluent in that language. Why I'm saying that? A song I have remembered, the Unstoppable song. That's not the name of the song is Unstoppable. The singer is, I think, Sia. So you can search on the YouTube also. So the songs goes like, I'll put my armor on, show you how strong I am. I'll put my armor on, show you that I'm unstoppable. I'm a person with no brakes. I'm invincible. I won every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. I'm unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Na 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 na. This type of songs not only give you the deep insight of the song or not only fluent in English, this can help you to motivate yourself to do whatever you are doing, not just the spoken English part. You can actually, after listening those kind of songs, you can motivate yourself to do and to make your body energized. Okay, that's why I'm saying the songs actually have the capability to energize you, to feel better. Okay, whenever think about that, whenever we feel sad or something like depressed, when we listen our favorite song, and the mood from this stress level to that level, that will drop significantly. So that's why I'm saying that it's a very good start from the song as well. And the most important thing I have ever found, that you have to listen podcast. Yes, why I'm saying the podcast is the best thing if you want to improve your spoken English, because I am also beginner. I can I actually know what's the problems that a beginner or a um, intermediate level uh, the speaker has been facing, because sometimes they get stuck into the grammar portion, they stuck into the sentence structure, the tenses. If you watch the podcast, there are often two people often in the interview process, I mean in that process in the podcast. There are many people also maybe included, but often only two people, who one is a guest, another is a host. Okay, so host will ask the question, the guest will give the answer or the response according to the question, according to the experiences, and look deeply and analyze the how the host asking the question, and uh, how those guests giving the answer, how the answer is he's starting the answering. Okay, you have to analyze those words properly. If you are not able to make sentence properly, you should watch those things and analyze those things, and try to make your own sentence by using the and also try to imitate the speaker, uh, whatever the topics telling about. Okay, so you can choose your own interested topic. I have, because person to person the interest varies, so that's why I cannot tell you that what's your interest. uh, if I There are different kind of interest you can have, like science, technology, history, uh, business, politics. Okay, so I'm interested in business and technology, so uh, you may have some kind of different interest. Okay, so according to that, you should watch a not only one. um, there are different kind of English podcast actually. Nowadays, more podcasts are actually releasing. If I say uh, a diary of a CEO. Okay. Also, there are Ranbir Aliabad also doing a podcast in English. He doing also in Hindi language, but um, if if guest came from a foreign, then is most probably he'll do it the podcast in English. So you can analyze how the host making a question, and also analyze the context, how the guest making context, making uh, the sentence structure. Okay, these are the things that I think among all those things, podcast thing is best. Okay, I'm not saying these the previous ones are uh, not very good, but these are the very good, and best of best very good is the podcast. Okay, so you can actually make can improve your spoken English significantly if you watch this kind of podcast. We can move to the second point. What's the second point? I'm telling you, the second point is the most important thing. If you are following the first thing, the first that I mean input, and the second thing is the output. Okay, so the second thing, output, what does that mean? Suppose you have consumed a lot of information, but your information are not organized. uh, if you are not writing those, if you are not writing the thoughts that you have in your mind, that can cause some kind of confusion. And if you are not talking about um, those ideas that you have in your mind, then it will most probably it will you can forget those uh, ideas over the period of time, because you have not you have not organized that those ideas. Okay. So the first thing is that you have to practice, as we are um, in a journey of spoken English. Then you have to practice, you have to say, suppose you want to learn swimming. If you want to learn swimming, then you have to swim in the pond or somewhere else where water is available. Okay. So the main thing is that do the things. um, we cannot just learn a bicycle just by reading a book. Yes, it may be a manual that how can you break that bicycle if something um if something comes in front of you while you riding. You can it can give you the information about the wheel of the bicycle. It can give you the information about the handles, okay, the seats. But it will not helping you, it will not help you um, to become a master in riding a bicycle unless you try it yourself. Okay. So that's why I'm saying the output is important as the input. If you are practicing, if you are learning those kind of things. Suppose one more thing I want to add here. If you want to learn, if you suppose if you are if you would read a book, most probably you would just read it silently, and it uses only one sense. That means the eyes only used. But uh, it will not give you a better result. And if you use your multiple senses, like while you are reading, you have to use, if you will read it aloud, that means there are multiple senses added here. What's the multiple senses? Before that you just read just by seeing. You are not used any kind of other senses. Now you are using three, 2 to 3 senses. I'm just going to tell you. The sense is you are already using your eyes through by seeing. Okay. And you are using your tongue. It's also a sensor. And as you are speaking, the sounds coming from your came from your um, mouth, and that sound come to your ear. So here basically we are used the multiple senses to gain some kind of information. Okay. So um, and also we we should prefer a physical book instead of digital book, like ebooks, like from reading from a mobile screen or a computer screen. Guys, I can give you a pro tip here that the billionaires like Bill Gates, he often carries a physical book almost all the time with him, uh, even though he is a very successful person in the field of computers. I can also give you another example of someone who is also a billionaire. Um, his name is Sam Altman, and he is very well known in the field of artificial intelligence. And maybe you have heard the chat GPT things. Anytime wherever he goes, he carries a pen and a paper. Why? Even though computers are much more smarter than the human beings right now, and why they are just focusing on the senses, focusing on the physical things, because physical senses means whenever she writes something on the hand, it it involves so many senses. Just like if I am writing something on the paper, I'm using my eyes just seeing to the paper or pen. So here my eyes also involved. If I writing something, then here also my hand is also used here. That means our my um, touch things, touch senses also involved into this process. And also because of these physical things, and try to make uh, involve so many more than one senses because of this trick. And don't underestimate the power of the senses, the power of the physical sense. So these are the things I think very important. But the two things I have shared with you, and the third thing is, this is also very important, but not connection with these points. The third point is the accountability. How could you see your progress? If you are not seeing your progress, you will face the same point. You will face the same problems again and again. Okay. Why I'm saying again and again? Because most of the people, they are making mistakes, and it's not very bad that mistakes will ruin their life. But if you are not accounting, if you are not jotting down something, you're not down anything that you have, uh, if you are not moving, if you are not getting some kind of information, if you are not learning from your mistakes, then it's your mistake, because you have no you don't you have not learned from that mistake. Okay. so so the basic point is that how to measure your success, how to measure your progress in the journey of fluency. Okay. So the first thing is that you could start a YouTube channel. Okay. So people say that you should avoid social media, and I'm also not using, I'm also that a guy that uh, used Instagram or Facebook since, um, I mean, for a 1 month, or 1 month, last 1 month. Okay. So I have not used that things, social media things, but I use YouTube, because the algorithm is different. The algorithm is the guidelines, um, the privacy things are very good at in Google. But if you see the Instagram and the Facebook things, the algorithm is based on the popularity content. um, if the popularity content maybe it involves in the some kind of um, pornography content, maybe sexuality content, maybe that can that they are ranking on the top of, they are not caring about the people who are watching this video. They are just focusing on their content. I mean, they are making the profits by showing the videos. I prefer YouTube to post some kind of videos related to these things. My best advice would be, you should start your YouTube channel and make start your posting, and you will imagine after few days of practicing how, and you can compare the day one from day 20th or 30th. So you can measure your success by these things. I'm giving you uh, some kind of acknowledgement that we are living in an era, we are seeing all the revolution, like mobile revolution, social media revolution, the PC revolution, the uh, latest revolution, I mean the artificial intelligence, just like the chat GPT things. So we are living in an era, we are actually blessed. Obviously, the people who are behind the tech, I'm actually grateful towards them, because they are not just providing the service, they are actually helping to the humankind. Okay, so human beings to the human beings. So these are the things I think that could help you to become a confident speaker. And I know that um, this might uh, this might a little bit discomfort to you whenever you follow these steps. Okay, but as I'm practicing as I'm preaching you to do these things, I'm not just preaching you to, hey, you you should do that you should not do that. I'm also following the same rule, I'm also in the same journey, and I can feel your pain as a beginner level English speaker. Okay, so these, I think, the input, output, and accountability, these things, the three things can help you to become confident English speaker. Okay, uh, if you are ready to launch your program, I mean, if you are ready to uh, become a better fluent English speaker, then uh, you have to become a kid. Okay, you have to um, think about your fluency journey. If you think, if I start these things, then what the other people will tell about me, think about me. Just don't care. If you really want to improve the spoken English level, you want to raise the bar, then you can follow the same three simple steps. And it sounds like simple, but practically it's a very disciplined thing. You have to follow. If you follow these things, then you maybe get some kind of pain. You have to become a disciplined person. Okay, so I'm not a disciplined person yet, but I try to be to become that person. Okay, so um, if you like uh, my point of view, then you can let me know in the comment section so that I can improve myself as well, and I can give you better content in I can give the better value. I can add to your better value to your lives. Okay, so these are the things I think these are the most important things I need to share with you. Okay, so um, thank you.